Let's see, let's see. I hope everything is working right. And I'll just make sure everything is positioned up. So let's move that over a little bit. Oh, not that. There we go. Much better. All right, it's 10 o'clock in the morning here. Let's get started. And yeah, if you notice anything wrong, just let me know. Final check. Yep, my audio's going. All good. And I know the stream's finally going through too. All right. So, yeah, let's start from the very top, will we? Godzilla 1954. Oh yeah, we're just doing the Showa movies this time. I'll probably do the Heisei ones and beyond later on because my goodness, there are a lot of movies to get through. Okay, Godzilla 1954. Well, I think I know where this goes, obviously. In the best because, you know, it's the OG. I think everyone knows the basic plot to Godzilla films. So, you know, he turns up, stomps on a bunch of buildings, and, you know, humans try to deal with it to varying degrees of success. However, with the original, hi, Happy Man Goji 2007. Welcome back. Oh yeah, so yeah, in the original, you know, we see a lot more fallout from the destruction and oh, no pun intended there. The original's a lot darker, thought provoking, and you know mirrors history itself. So I think the cultural importance of the film alone elevates it far above anything else. Oh, hi Nick, or is it Laura using Nick's account? Hi. Oh, I watched the Snyder Cut last night. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how much extra stuff there was. That was, you know, pretty much all the time I was going, what the? I don't remember that. Let's see. Godzilla raids again, 1955. Uh, so, hmm. Yeah, Raids Again is a bit of an oddball because I think even though it came out 1 year after the original, it really is overshadowed by the original in every aspect. I mean, yeah, hi Nick. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the original overshadows Raids Again in every aspect. The explanations feel, you know, a lot more shallower, and it's kind of weird. Uh, you know, it introduces Anguirus, who is, well, you know, he's the butt monkey of the franchise. So a little important there since it sets up the versus aspect, but I don't really think there's much else. Uh, that's how I feel at least. Maybe it's underrated to some people, but I think between the somber tone of the original and then the increasing, you know, wackiness of the later entries, this one doesn't really make it on either side of the scale. So going in disappointing. Ooh, I feel a bit bad putting that there, but you know. Let's move on. Okay, so Rodan, 1956. You know, if it wasn't for Anguirus existing, Rodan would probably be considered the franchise butt monkey. Maybe it's just me, but I think he's pretty poorly defined in most of the movies he appears in. But that being said, I think his debut movie's pretty good. uh, I Scry, yeah, it's working. Finally, I forgot to press one button last time. I couldn't believe it. I actually did like the entire stream thinking nobody had showed up, but it was actually my fault because I hadn't pressed this button. Oh well, at least this time, you know, people are here now. It's all good. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. So I think Rodan's pretty ill-defined in most of his, yeah, most of the movies, but yeah, this debut's pretty good. Humans are a bit lackluster, but I still really like to see what, you know, what they go through. I mean, there's this escalation. I mean, you've got the miners trying to work out. I know, right? Yeah. So the miners are trying to work out what's, you know, what's killing them down in the mines, and then suddenly you have the whole village getting overrun by the bugs, and then you get the cities getting overrun by, you know, a giant flying dinosaur, and then it gets worse because there's two giant flying dinosaurs. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but you know, also really fun. So I think the destruction scenes are really well done too, with everything flying away. So I'm actually going to put this in great. Yeah. Unfortunately, probably the highest Rodan is going to get in any of these. Mm. All right, now, my girl Mothra. I think all of you know how much, I spend every day thinking I wish I had a Mothra plush. It pains me. So, uh, oh man, I hate to say it, but her debut movie is, pretty straightforward. About corporate greed being punished after her little fairy buddies are kidnapped and exploited for entertainment, as it usually goes. But I think the fact that the danger comes from a cute moth is really different from most other kaiju movies who would go for like an alien or a reptile sort of thing. So I think that's pretty different. Um, I'm gonna put this a little higher than I think I would because I am really biased. Okay, King Kong versus Godzilla 1962. Uh, uh, okay, kids. Gather round while I tell you a tale of time where a monkey and a mutant dinosaur meet. So, once upon a time, in a stroke of brilliance, a pharmaceutical company decides to wake up a giant monkey in order to use him for advertising and memes. Yeah, this goes about as well as expected, and before long, Kong and Godzilla are duking out, and the military are caught in between trying to get them to knock it the fuck off. I do think that there is some peak goofiness with this movie because you got like Sleepy Time Kong being transported giant via giant balloons, and you got Godzilla choking it on a tree. So definitely in the goofy fun category. Uh, I'm really looking forward to the movie coming out tomorrow. I think it comes out tomorrow here, or it might be Friday. I guess we'll see. But I'm hoping, I'm hoping it's a bit better at least. But I do hope it still has a bit of that goofiness to it. Okay, so what's next? Mothra versus Godzilla 1964. Uh, I don't really have much to say about this one because it's basically the same plot as Mothra's debut movie. I mean, you got Godzilla inserted in there, but I don't. Oh, I want to put it at the same level because it's cool because of Godzilla, but oh, and we do get the two Mothra, but yeah, I think they really could have done better because they just rehashed the same plot. Kind of disappointing. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in disappointing because they could have done something different. Yeah. All right. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, 1964, or Ghidra, but I'm gonna go with Ghidorah. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I know Mothra, Rodan got their own movies with their own names on the cover. Uh, but yeah, everybody. Yeah, Godzilla's in this one as well. uh, So, I think the original Japanese was like Three Giant Monsters, the greatest battle on Earth, which I think is kind of confusing because, you actually have four kaiju in there. Uh, and from my notes, I have that the re release of the movie actually changed it to Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, the greatest battle on Earth, just so Rodan's the one being left out and bullied. uh, Also, I found out that in Brazil they actually called this one Ghidorah the Triphallic Monster. Such an unfortunate title. But yeah, so I didn't mean to go on the title so long, but let's just put this one in okay. I mean, if you want to see Ghidorah get smacked down later, there's more chances for that. uh, Invasion of Astro Monster 1965. Here we go again. Sequel to the last one. But this time it's Mothra that gets left behind. And I'm really disappointed about that. The previous one had aliens in it, but this one has, yeah, that title. Triphallic Monster. Who thought of that? Oh my god. Yeah, so Invasion of Astro Monster also has aliens in it again, but they're way more prominent in this one because they take control over the kaiju and uh this one is in space. Bound to happen eventually. I mean, if Jason and Leprechaun can also get in space, so can the kaiju. Uh, yeah, I do think that puts it above the previous entry. So, oh, I guess it would go in Goofy Fun because who doesn't love Dancing Godzilla? Okay, War of the Gargantuans, 1966. Uh, yeah, please no bully over my lack of watching Frankenstein versus Baragon, but I don't think you need to have seen the previous one, to watch this one, because I think the link's pretty weak. I mean, you've got the the bizarre science thing happened after the end of the movie, and that's why this movie is happening. Yeah. In the end, you're really just here to see two giant furry Sasquatch brothers punch each other over a difference in morals, and you're gonna like it. So goofy fun. uh, Abira. Yeah, 1966, also known as Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, if you want that title. Uh, I feel like this one's a bit underrated because it was featured on Mystery Science Theater 3000, but to be honest, I don't think it's actually that bad. The kaiju don't appear as much, but I think the humans are a bit more interesting than other entries because they go on their little adventure and they're trying to create all these schemes and they're finding out about the secret organization working on the island and what's happening to the locals there. Um, does get a bit weird because Godzilla goes like full King Kong, falling in love with a woman. Yeah, really weird. But got my girl Mothra in it, and she helps the humans out, so that makes me biased again. I do think Ebirah actually looks pretty cool in the storm, although Godzilla, his suit, I don't think he's looking too hot. So I'm gonna put this in the okay category. Oh, okay. King Kong Escapes 1967. I actually got this on Blu-ray somewhere up there. You know what? I actually feel a bit embarrassed about this, but for the longest time, I actually thought Mechagodzilla came first, and then Mechanicon came after. But it was actually the other way around. Seemed kind of weird to me, but there you go. I was kind of hoping this one would at least be some goofy fun, but between this one and Godzilla vs Kong, I think you're better off sticking to the latter. Also, kind of feels like Gorosaurus actually looks better than Kong and Mechanicon. Ooh, might be a hot take there, but I think that's a shame. So, it's okay. It's okay. Oh dear, I'm just thinking about that scene where King Kong is battling that snake. Oh, here we go. Okay. Son of Godzilla, 1967. Uh, yeah, who asked for baby Godzilla? I mean, I know Godzilla was getting really child friendly at this stage, but I didn't think they actually had to add an actual child kaiju into the mix because, Manila is the creepiest thing. I mean, after he hatches, he's got that really weird body and he crawls around like a baby and he throws tantrums with that donkey voice sort of thing. It's, oh my god. I mean, the movie is goofy, but it's not goofy fun. It's just goofy and you kind of pity everyone that was involved. So, bottom of the barrel, there we go. Let's move on. Okay. Destroy All Monsters, 1968. Okay, so seeing Invasion of Astro Monster was pretty fun, but what if? What if every kaiju? Yeah. So no need to bully Anguirus and Rodan this time because they also got an invitation to smash. More aliens as well, so they can try and take over the world via mind control, but as usual, defeated by the humans, etc., etc. Kaiju become free. And then this is when the movie gets really cool because, in a last ditch effort, the aliens send King Ghidorah out, and oh man, do I feel sorry for him. Gets an absolute stomp down, and oh my god, he even gets bullied by Manila, who then dances on his corpse afterwards, if you've noticed. I mean, I think that's a level of shame nobody can recover from. But yeah, the plot itself is a bit meh, but I think the ambition and the spectacle alone is worth it. So I'm gonna put it in great, because I think it's one of those ones that you really do need to see. Yeah. All right. Oh god, not again. All Monsters Attack 1969. Okay. AKA Godzilla's Revenge. So yeah, finally get a cool movie with Destroy All Monsters, just to have it sandwiched between Son of Godzilla and this. Oh god, bottom of the barrel. All Monsters, yeah, give me a break. I mean, they couldn't even get Anguirus in there except as stock footage. On top of that, the whole movie is a dream. I mean, it's not meant to be a lesson for the kid dreaming to learn how to stand up for himself, but whatever. I think most Godzilla fans could probably go on a rant about how terrible this movie is, but I mean, all you really need to know is Manila talks. Yeah, and that's it. Probably should have opened with that line. Worst. Now, oh boy, Godzilla versus Hedorah. What to say about that? You know, I got a soft spot for this movie. Definitely one of the weirdest titles, entries in the franchise because, the movie decided to go full hippie mode by caring about the environment and dropping a whole bunch of acid at the same time. I know, Scry. Yeah, so Godzilla and Hedorah, it's a trip, but not a fun trip. I mean, yeah, you guys have seen all the freaky stuff in there. You got those animated scenes about pollution. I mean, there's one in there where Hedorah is standing in a bay and he's surrounded by dead dolphins. Then you have that like hallucination scene with that guy freaking out in the disco when he sees all the fish people dancing. And then, you got all the people buried in sludge. Oh, and, seriously, nobody is safe in that, for the being buried in sludge because they bury that cat. And then if you watch that news segment later on, you can actually see a crying baby, like neck deep in sludge. I swear nobody is safe. Uh, I was this movie made for kids? I mean, it probably was, considering it has a kids in it, I think, but I think this might be one of the more traumatizing movies in the franchise. But since I'm an adult with a twisted sense of humor, this goes in goofy fun. Okay, Godzilla vs. Gigan. Yeah, it's about time we got to a cool monster. This time we got Gigan, accompanied by King Ghidorah. So we got a cool team up. And that must mean that Godzilla gets a buddy too, alright? So, who have we got? Mothra? No? Rodan? No? Ah, Anguirus, great. Let the bullying commence. We got more stock footage from previous movies, more aliens controlling kaiju. Yeah. Worst part, yeah, the kaiju talk. I think the only thing that saves the movie from being bad is Gigan because he's a really interesting design, but still think he deserved better. So disappointing. Oh yeah, the disco fish scene. Oh man, that one really weirded me out when I saw that one when I was younger. I mean, you got all those lights flashing and those weird splotches that are like expanding and contracting. Man, it's really weird. You're not quite sure what you're looking at half the time. Okay, we got Godzilla vs. Megalon, 1973. Uh, yeah, I think the producers got the hint about aliens being overdone at this point. Because now we're back with like mole people under the ground. And they're angry at humans for nuclear testing, so they send out a kaiju called Megalon. Yeah, kind of weird that they don't even, contact the humans first, but whatever. It's all about watching the kaiju. Megalon, I don't think he's that cool, to be honest. And I think the underground people don't as well, so they end up calling the aliens from the last movie to send Gigan over. So Gigan comes back, which is pretty cool. But the award for the most memorable character, you all know him. Jet Jaguar, shapeshifting robot with a heart of gold and an awesome theme song. Yeah, his team up with Godzilla really makes it worth it because of all the wrestling and that tail slide move. Awesome. So, uh, goofy fun. Gotta be goofy fun. Let's see. The more people are lit. What are we up to? Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Oh my god, we're almost done, aren't we? Jeez, we're towards the end. They look like bad Roman cosplays. Yeah, I agree. It's like they couldn't quite pick what aesthetic they wanted to go through, so they picked like Roman, Greek sort of stuff. Yeah, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. So we got aliens again. Oh my god. But, this time they bring Mechagodzilla with them, so I can't feel that bad. And I think the design for the aliens are pretty cool. I mean, they have those green blood fountains and they turn into those weird ape things as well. Alien apes. Yeah, I think a lot more. Don't knock the people on seat. Yeah, so I think the designs and the battles are a lot more flashy and fun this time. So it's not. I don't think it's perfect, but it definitely does a heck lot of it better than a lot of the other movies before that. I mean, it feels like there was actual effort this time. I think there was some stock footage. I can't quite remember. But it wasn't, they actually had proper battles this time. uh, could do without the King Caesar song because that goes way too long. That's still great movie. Great movie. Yeah, because I mean, you need to see Mechagodzilla and where he came from, definitely. And my goodness, we're at the last movie already. My goodness, I didn't think I'd take this. I'd take longer for this. All right, so final movie of the Showa period. Sequel to the previous one, so we got the aliens and they've rebuilt Mechagodzilla. Except I don't even know if they're the aliens from the previous one because when they get shot, they basically become like wet paper bag face. It's really weird and they wear those helmets. So, I don't know, maybe they are different aliens. Anyway, so yeah, they've rebuilt Mechagodzilla. We've also got new kaiju with Titanosaurus, who kind of looks like if Godzilla and a seahorse had a kid. But it's definitely a lot better looking than Manila. Yeah, I don't think he sounds very good though. I think the cry could have been a bit better. To be honest, couldn't really get into this one. I think for a sequel, it's really confusing, and there's a lot of moments that contradict the previous movie, or kind of ignore it, or even play into the rest of the franchise before, and yeah, it just makes it confusing. So I don't find Titanosaurus that interesting either. I think it's a bit sad that he's our last new kaiju from this period, but I'm gonna put it in okay. Yeah. And that's it. My goodness, what have we got? So, oh, nobody could reach the best, unfortunately, but that was just kind of how it was with the Showa period. Definite roller coaster of a ride. So, great. Rodan, Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Good or at least goofy fun. Mothra, King Kong vs. Godzilla, Invasion of Astro Monster, War of the Gargantuans, Godzilla vs. Hedorah, and Godzilla vs. Megalon. In the OK category, we have Ghidorah, Three-Headed Monster, Ebirah, Horror of the Deep, King Kong Escapes, and Terror of Mechagodzilla. Disappointing, Godzilla Raids Again, Mothra vs. Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Gigan. Worst, bottom of the barrel, Son of Godzilla, Attack All Monsters, all Monsters Attack. My goodness, I don't want to talk about those ever again. And yeah, please don't at me about the ones I haven't seen, which are Varan, Atragon, and Frankenstein versus Paragon. I'll hand it over to you guys. What ones are your favorite? Actually, let me know. Still got all these to go, so I'll do those another one. Hey Toho Society, welcome to the list. I ended up getting through it really fast. So I just want to know what everyone else thinks about the movies. Like, where would you put some of them? I think some people would probably put Terror of Mechagodzilla higher, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I put Godzilla vs. Gigan a bit low as well. I don't know. I mean, there was... Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about all the Heisei, and beyond later. Another time. I haven't got enough notes at the moment. Oh, thanks, Yuki-chan. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, 54 is definitely the best in Showa, a peak. kind of looks like it's downhill from there, doesn't it? Ooh, where would you put Son of Godzilla? Yeah, 74 Mecha G is the best. I know she would. But I still put it up pretty high, didn't I? It's pretty good, yeah. Oh, you would put them higher? Toho Society? Ah, I don't know. Manila's just really creepy to me. I can't get over it. And I'm really kind of sad that they didn't do more with the with the kaiju's in there. Mm, I mean, maybe all monsters attack might be a bit better. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I do like the first set of movies for a lot of them too, Adam. Uh, Maybe Ghidorah could have been a bit higher, but I think because he appears in a lot of other movies as well, especially Destroy All Monsters. I mean, it's just fun seeing him get stomped on. And of course, he appears in so many of the other movies later on that we can't really complain. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could have put Hedorah a bit higher, but I do think it's still just a whole bunch of goofy fun because of how weird it is. I mean, you you also have that little kid that's predicting everything. He's like, the Hedorah do this, the Hedorah do that. It's weird. Rewatching them fairly recently, they're not half bad, and doing a bit of research on the goings on at the time in Japan makes sense why they're the way they are. Oh, okay. Maybe I should look that up as well. Because I mean, yeah, there must be a reason for why they decided to do this. I mean, they wanted to go child friendly, but yeah, my God, yeah, I said it before. I can't get over Manila. Oh, yeah, and even he gets like the kill shot on Ghidorah later on, doesn't he? In Destroy All Monsters, wasn't it? Yeah, important to see how it stands as it ages though when it's listing. Yeah, you have to think about the context at the time, I suppose. Hmm, that's true. I mean, if I was given a choice of what movies to watch, I definitely wouldn't pick these two. If I had to pick between disappointing and worst, I'd probably go for what's in disappointing. Because I think how it ages as well is something important to think about too. Because it's not like we're watching them at the time; we're watching them in a more modern context. It's okay, Yuki. Hmm. I can't think of anything else, like any other notes that I would add to these. You know what? King Kong Escapes probably could have been a bit more disappointing, but I'm actually surprised they just made a King Kong movie, Escapes movie at all. So, and is everyone looking forward to G versus K coming out? I know I am. I think I think we're going to be watching it together later on, aren't we, Nick? Now that they got that account set up. Hmm. Wasn't there like a song in War of the Gargantuans as well that went for like a long time? I feel like there was. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to it, Nick. uh, I would put versus Megalon as the best, really due to the chat of being in it. Actually, I mean, I kind of agree there. But I'm just gonna keep it as goofy fun. I mean, that's why I added that category. So at least you know you're gonna have fun watching it. I don't think I've got much else to say. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I mean, this was mostly a test to make sure that I could stream like a scheduled stream, and it worked out finally. And I'm really thankful that everyone came along. My goodness, I was really sad because I thought nobody was watching last time, but it was actually all my fault. So yeah, I'm going to work on the Heisei and Beyond ones for next time, make some more notes, and then we'll come back at a later date. I might do a Godzilla versus Kong thing, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all for coming, everybody. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks again.